Hey everybody, this is Rev J with Rev J Rides. I'm in my motorcycle room. I don't know if you have seen all of this before. You've probably seen bits and pieces of it, but this is my motorcycle room. It's really just a extra bedroom, but my wife redid it and put all of my motorcycle gear and stuff in here. I'm about to go on a ride and it turned cold again, so I thought I'd do a quick little video about how to gear up for the cold and use that to talk about something else in a little while, okay? So I'm gonna say that everybody gears up a little bit differently, and that what I'm about to share with you is just several options of things a person can do, but for a cold ride. Now right here, I have some regular old Fruit of the Loom Long Johns. That would be a base layer on a cold day. I also use Under Armour a lot of times for that base layer. As a matter of fact, that's what I actually have on today, is the Under Armour. And then the next layer for me would be the jeans. And then finally, my last layer on the bottom half would be my chaps, my leather chaps. I call them leathers. For the longest time, I did not want to wear leather chaps. I thought they looked pretty dorky, to be honest with you. There's probably going to be some bikers out there that don't like that. But this video is not necessarily for your full-time biker. This video might be for the people that are like, why are you riding in 40-degree temperatures? Which it is 48 degrees outside right now. Of course, I always put on gloves before I ride. I don't need more than that one layer because I have heated hand grips. And those gloves aren't the warmest of gloves I own, but again, I have heated hand grips, so I don't need real warm gloves. But for the top half, you got the base layer, something like this. Now this is thicker, it's got a lining in it. I would wear this down into the 40 degrees or lower usually. But regular Under Armour will work for today. Then a t-shirt after that. And then this is a jacket slash shirt combination. And then finally, once again, back to my leathers. That layer right there is going to be a warm layer, outer layer. Keeps me warm. That's how I do it. Now, I'm sure you've noticed I have several helmets, several different types of helmets. Here's one that's a half helmet. I really don't wear that very much because I prefer the safety of the full face type helmet. But out of all these, the one in the middle there, the Shoei, I have my camera mounted. This right here is also a camera, whereas these are just headsets, wireless headsets. This has a built-in wireless headset, and I do like to wear this helmet some. It's a Sena helmet, and the headset is built in. It's very light, so I like that one a lot. This is also a modular helmet. This one here's a true full face, which in the summertime, in the hot summertime, when you stop at a red light, you like to be able to lift that entire face shield up to get some air. So I don't wear this all the time in the heat of the summer, but I still like to have that option because of that camera on there. This is also a modular helmet. A lot of my helmets, one of these, either that one or this one, is my wife's. And then we both have a helmet like this. That's not a modular, but you can take this helmet apart. It can be almost a full face, considered a full face, but that front is only for warmth mainly, and it does give you some protection, but it's softer than these other ones. This is a hard material. This is not as hard of a material. That comes off, becomes a 3/4 helmet or a half helmet. And there's one of my first helmets that I bought. It's still a good one though. One thing I'd like to show you real quick is this hat right here. What do you think? Rev J Rides. Maybe I need to start selling some hats out there. We'll see. All right, well, good to see you guys. So for the person that is not an experienced biker, a lot of people might not realize this. Some probably would, but one of the things that helps keep a rider warm in cold weather is this front fairing. This makes the wind go up over the top of the motorcycle, especially this windshield. Makes the wind go up over the top of the motorcycle rider. And so, but also this fairing makes the wind go over the top of your hands when they're sitting on the handlebars. My handlebars are a little bit taller than stock. If it was stock, my handlebars would probably be just about center of this, but these are a little bit taller. So it does get me up in the wind just a tiny bit, but with the gloves on and the heated grips, it's not bad at all. And then the other thing is down here, we have some lower fairings and on both sides there. And those lower fairings keep your legs warm, keeps the wind off of your legs. Really, with this particular motorcycle, this setup that I have here, about the only thing that winds up getting cold on me is my knees. And that's usually only when it's about 40 degrees. The last time I checked the temperature today, it was 48 degrees. I should be great. I should be good to go. So we talked about what I wear and how I stay warm as far as the fairings on the motorcycle and the heated hand grips and things like that. We talked about that. But what I would liken this to is a passage in the Bible that tells us to put on the full armor of God so that we might stand. There is something there in that text about a shield of faith. Here's a shield for me. There are things about, clothing items, things that you should wear. Put on the full armor of God. I'll talk about that a little bit later. But I wanted to kind of show the beauty of this area. Man, this is just a beautiful area. Everywhere I ride in Tennessee has beauty to it. And I know that you see that, but it's kind of a cool thing to be just riding along thinking about things like the armor of God. Kind of a cool thing. The breastplate of righteousness. I guess maybe this would be the breastplate, or maybe my leathers would be the breastplate of righteousness, the belt of truth. My leathers on the bottom have a belt to them, so there you go. Helps me keep everything up and able to stand. Got the shoes of the gospel, ready to march forward, ready to take my stand and move forward, not backwards. Let's see, what else? Breastplate of righteousness, helmet of salvation. My helmet on, obviously, and that's my helmet of salvation. It's going to keep me safe. Now, on a motorcycle, I can't say no matter what, but with Jesus, we could say no matter what, it's going to keep me safe no matter what. Shield of faith, sword of truth, which is God. And I don't have a sword on here. There's no offensive weapon on here because this is not considered a war vehicle or whatever. But I guess back in World War II when they used Harleys, they did have guns. So that would sort of be like a sword of truth, if you will. You can compare that, I suppose. But that's just kind of some thoughts. Let's talk about that in a little bit. The reason we need to stand is because in our world today, the devil is scheming against Christians. And so we need to stand for what we believe and stand for our Christian values. In God's word, it talks about us making a stand. We are in a spiritual war. There is spiritual warfare. Satan does not like what Jesus has done. And it talks about making a stand against the spiritual forces of this present darkness. Well, there is a lot of darkness around, and we have to know how to stand for the light, in the light, and with the light. So that's why we make a stand. And I hope that you've heard this and heard, hey, this is how we gear up for motorcycle riding. But also, I hope that some of you have heard, here's how you armor up for a spiritual war. We would like for you to like, share, and subscribe. Thank you a bunch. God bless.